persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare
very
Krishna.
clearly, Krishna, what is Krishna telling? He is telling that those who take repeated birth, right, among this demonic life, right, they will be going down and they can never approach, because as we said that one sense gratification will lead to another. Then you go down, down, down and just on the floor, right? All you need to do is hold Krishna, which we don't want to do, right? Not even stretching our hand for him to hold. That is our situation. Then what happens? We have to go bottom most, right, to the most abominable creature. And Hare Krishna 16.21. Trividham narakashedam dwaram nasanam atmanah kamaha krodas tatha lobas tasmadetat pravam tayet. Hare Krishna.
There are 3 gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane person should give these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So very clearly he's saying there are 3 gates to hell, right? So this is lust, anger, and greed. So every person, so basically royal roads. See, Krishna always tells everything in 2, right? Pravritti, nivritti, we saw, right? And same way 2 options. Option A, you can do bhakti, right? If you don't want bhakti, you can also do karma yoga, jnana yoga, and dhyana yoga and come to me, right? But if you want an escalator, do bhakti. Okay, easy way is renunciation of fruits. What if I renunciate myself? Okay, no problem. Do Ashtanga Yoga, right? Like that, he's saying, no, I won't listen to you. I want to be an atheist. No problem. There are 3 gates. You can be there. Lust, anger, greed, right? He's telling, he's giving options, bumper offer, right? Either this or that. And anyone who's sane will say, no, I don't want, right? So now we are telling, no, I don't want. So for all those of us who say, no, what is he saying? Hare Krishna.
The man who has escaped these 3 gates of hell, O son of Kunti, performs acts conducive to self-realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the man who has escaped the 3 gates of hell, right? So whoever has escaped all this, okay, and he performs the, right, anything he does, self-realization, right? He thus gradually attains supreme destination. So he says anyone who has just escaped this, what happens? And he understands himself. What is perfection of life? Understand himself. Who am I? Where do I come from? This is what is the thing, right? They will reach what? They will reach the supreme destination. Right? And then, Hare Krishna, the next one. Yaha shastravidam uchrija vartate kamakaratah nasa siddham avapnoti nasukam param gatim. Hare Krishna.
But he who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. Hare Krishna.
Very clearly saying, right, I believe in God, but I don't believe in scriptures. All this masala dialogue you hear from people, right? So where will they go? He's saying that anyone who does not do this neither attains perfection, nor is he happy, nor will he reach the supreme destination. I know I came across a person who says, I'm a very big devotee. I go to temple. The puja also I will do only at this time. But I don't believe much in Bhagavad Gita. I don't believe in all the scriptures. But I believe in this actor. He told. So don't you see how dumb and how foolish this person is? Worse than a Muda, right? Worse than a donkey. Why? He claims to believe that they believe everything. They believe time, everything. But again, trying to tell that, no, but the cine actor. So who is the cine actor? The dialogue does not belong to the cine actor. The cine actor does not have his mind of his own. He will be following what the director says or the producer says. And that dialogue will be more to suit the situation, right? It may not even be the right dialogue, or, it's basically a popularity symbol. So somebody who says Krishna, who's a real hero, you don't want to follow him. You say you believe him, but you don't follow his words and claim that some joker's words I'm going to hear, that very clearly shows how abominable state we are in, right? So now imagine these kind of people, if you keep them in the spiritual world, what will happen? Right? They will cause disturbance. That is why Krishna is telling, boss, you go serve your notice in hell. And when you really understand, then, I will come here. So what happens? They are not perfect. They are neither happy, nor can they reach the supreme destination. Fair, no? Whatever he is telling. Hare Krishna. Tasma chastram pramanam te karya vyavastito nyatva sastra vidanoktam karma kartum miharhasi. Hare Krishna.
One should understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. Hare Krishna.
So what is he telling? Sorry, just 1 second. So what is he saying now? He's very clearly talking about himself, right? He's talking about one should understand what is duty, and by doing one's own duty, one will get elevated. It's better to do your own duty than doing someone else's duty. Krishna very clearly told where in the 3rd chapter, right? So why are we doing that? So therefore, one's rules and regulation, one should act. This, right? By following the Varnashram, one gets gradually elevated. So by doing duty itself, he will go to Krishna. So that is what he's explained. So where does this come from? In the 4th chapter, Krishna says that I to the extent to which you surrender, I'm going to, reciprocate. So immediately Arjuna asks Krishna, then why do people go to demigods? Because they want quick results. Krishna, how do they then, get purified? Krishna says, okay, then let them follow Varnashram Dharma. Krishna, but somebody's Varnashram is very difficult. Can we follow something else? No. Do your own duty. Even if you do your duty wrongly, it's better than doing somebody's duty correctly. Indirectly telling Arjuna, you better fight. That's your duty. Don't run away like a renunciator, which is Brahmana's duty. This is not about religion. This is about what you should do. Hare Krishna. Right? Beautiful. Did you feel? So what is he finally telling? Bottom line, whatever he's telling is one's own duty is so important, and following that is so important than doing anything else, right? So you stay focused and follow his own religion and one's own duty. So that is what Krishna is telling again and again and again, right? And we have to hold Krishna's hand. If we are not very confident that he will hold you, at least you hold him, right? That is what we are doing currently. What is this unflinching faith? We will get to prema later. But today we will do sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti, which means get up in the morning, do a mangalati, do sadhana, chanting. So I request each one of you to chant, because chanting is something which can really make you feel so good. So good, you can never imagine how good it can be. So it is one of the best things which we have always experienced. Yes, and with this, I end this class, but your doubts you can ask. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any doubts you all have?
Mataji,